That first cup of coffee in the morning, for so many of us over 60, it's more than just a drink, isn't it? It's a quiet moment of peace before the day begins. It's the warm, familiar, and comforting ritual that helps us wake up and feel like ourselves. But you've also heard all the warnings. Coffee's bad for you. It will dehydrate you. It's bad for your blood pressure. And it can make you feel like you have to choose between the simple ritual you love and the good health you need. All the while, you can feel your strength quietly fading. It's a little harder to get out of your favorite armchair. The grocery bags feel a little heavier each year. And you worry that to fight this muscle loss, you'll have to give up even more of the simple joys in your life, maybe even your morning coffee. But what if I told you that you don't have to choose? What if that very same cup of coffee you cherish could be transformed into one of the most powerful tools you have to fight muscle loss? Today we are going to show you how to upgrade, not give up your favorite morning ritual. To guide us through this wonderful idea, we are so honored to have Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara with us. Doctor, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Ben. A healthy habit must be a joyful habit. If a health plan feels like a punishment, a person will not follow it for very long. Instead of taking away a ritual that brings you comfort and clarity, we will simply make it more powerful. Today, we will turn your daily coffee into a medicine for your muscles.
Turning coffee into a medicine for your muscles. I love that. And that is exactly what our guide is about today. It is a coffee upgrade protocol. We are going to show you 4 simple upgrades that you can add to your coffee, and you can choose the one that best fits your personal health goals. Upgrade number 1 is for pure cellular energy. Upgrade number 2 is for joint and tissue support. Upgrade number 3 is for blood sugar balance. And upgrade number 4 is for hormone support. This is not a one-size-fits-all plan. It is a menu of options so you can build the perfect cup of coffee for your body's unique needs. It's a blessing to know that caring for our bodies, a responsibility we've been given, can also be a delicious and enjoyable experience. If you love your coffee and you are ready to learn how to turn it into a true health-boosting drink, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and you are going to love this tasty guide to better health. Okay, doctor, this is so exciting. Our viewers are ready with their coffee mugs. Let's get right into your coffee upgrade protocol. What is our very first upgrade, the one for pure cellular energy?
Our first upgrade is to add 1 teaspoon of pure MCT oil to your morning coffee. MCT is short for medium-chain triglycerides. This is a very special and unique type of healthy fat, most often derived from coconuts. Its purpose is to provide a very clean, very stable, and long-lasting form of energy for your body and especially for your brain without causing the sugar crash that you might get later in the day.
And the science behind how MCT oil creates this clean energy is fascinating. Unlike the other fats we eat, which have to go through a long and complicated digestive process, MCT oil is sent directly from your gut to your liver. There it is very rapidly converted into powerful energy molecules called ketones. Ketones are a super fuel for your body. Your brain loves them for clear thinking, and so do the mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside every one of your muscle cells. As we get older, our mitochondria can become a little less efficient at using sugar for fuel. This is a big reason why we can feel that afternoon fatigue. But these mitochondria are extremely efficient at using ketones for energy. So by adding a little MCT oil to your morning coffee, you are providing a high-quality, clean-burning fuel that your muscle cells can use immediately and easily. A 2020 study in the scientific journal Aging Cell found that regular MCT oil consumption significantly improved mitochondrial function in older adults and helped to slow down muscle degeneration. It also helps to improve your body's insulin sensitivity, which is another key factor in fighting muscle loss.
And using it is very simple. After you have poured your hot coffee, Simply stir in 1 teaspoon of a pure high-quality MCT oil. If you have one of those small handheld milk frothers that works wonderfully to blend it in and create a nice creamy texture. The oil itself is nearly tasteless, and it will not change the wonderful flavor of your coffee. A word of advice for those who are new to it: it is wise to start with just half a teaspoon for the first week. This allows your digestive system to adjust. After a week, you can increase to the full 1 teaspoon. It is a simple habit, but one that can make a big difference in your morning energy and focus.
So MCT oil is a fantastic upgrade for pure clean energy. But what about the aches and pains that come with aging? What about the feeling that our body structure, our joints and our connective tissues isn't as strong or as resilient as it used to be? What is the upgrade for joint and tissue support?
For that purpose, we use our second upgrade, and it is a wonderful one. It is adding 1 scoop of hydrolyzed collagen, which is often called collagen peptides, to your coffee. Now, we must be clear. This is not for building big, bulky muscles like whey protein is. This has a different and very important job. It is for supporting the entire scaffolding of your body, your joints, your tendons, your ligaments, the cartilage that cushions your bones, and even your skin. Let me tell you about Carol, a 69-year-old woman who is part of a local walking club. She loved her morning walks with her friends, but she told me she was thinking of quitting. The walks were becoming painful. Her knees would ache with a deep grinding pain, especially on the hills. The joy of the walk was turning into a source of pain and frustration for her. She already drank a cup of coffee every morning before her walk to get her energy up, so I suggested she simply add 1 scoop of an unflavored collagen powder into that same cup of coffee. That was the only change she made. A month later, I saw her at the local market. She came up to me with a big smile and said, "The deep ache is gone. I can still feel that my muscles have worked after a long walk, but that sharp grinding pain in my knees is so much better." The collagen was helping to nourish the support structures of her joints, which allowed her to continue the activity and the social connection that were so important to her life.
That is a wonderful story, and it makes perfect scientific sense. Hydrolyzed collagen, or collagen peptides, simply means that the large collagen protein has been broken down through a process using water and enzymes into tiny, easy-to-absorb pieces. These peptides provide the direct raw building blocks, especially the amino acids glycine and proline, that your body needs to repair its own cartilage and connective tissues. A 2015 study in the British Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors who took collagen daily and did light exercise actually gained more lean muscle mass and lost more fat than the group who only exercised. So it seems that collagen not only helps the joints, but it makes all of your other efforts to stay strong even more effective. It truly is a blessing to have a simple tool that can help preserve the very framework that allows our bodies to move and enjoy the world.
And it is perhaps the easiest of all the upgrades to use. 1 scoop of a high-quality unflavored powder disappears completely in hot coffee. You will not taste it. You will not smell it. It is a simple, invisible act of self-care you can do every morning.
Doctor, those first 2 upgrades for pure energy with MCT oil and for joint support with collagen are fantastic. But you've often said on Healthier Daily that another silent driver of muscle loss and fatigue is poor blood sugar control. What is the upgrade that can help with that delicate balance?
Yes, If your blood sugar is not stable, your energy will not be stable, and your muscles cannot get the steady fuel that they need. For this, our third upgrade is a simple, warm, and very delicious spice that many people already have in their kitchen. It is cinnamon. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, David, who was 72 years old. His doctor had recently told him that he was pre-diabetic. His biggest complaint to me was a terrible energy crash every single day around 10 o'clock in the morning. He would eat his breakfast, feel okay for about an hour, and then suddenly he would feel completely exhausted, and his mind would become very foggy. We discovered that his typical American breakfast of cereal and toast was spiking his blood sugar very high, and then it would crash. In addition to helping him change his breakfast to include more protein and healthy fat, I suggested he add one simple thing to his 1 cup of morning coffee, half a teaspoon of cinnamon. After a month, he told me that the morning energy crashes were completely gone. For the first time in years, he felt a steady, stable energy all the way until lunchtime. The cinnamon was helping his body to manage its response to the food he was eating.
That is a perfect example of what the science is showing us. The main active compound in cinnamon, especially in the variety called Ceylon cinnamon, is known as cinnamaldehyde. This compound has been shown in many studies to significantly improve insulin sensitivity. In very simple terms, it helps your muscle and liver cells become less hard of hearing to the hormone insulin. This allows the cells to absorb glucose or sugar from your bloodstream much more effectively to use for energy. This prevents both the high spike in blood sugar and the subsequent deep crash that was making David feel so foggy and tired. Now, Doctor, you specifically mentioned Ceylon cinnamon. When people go to the grocery store in the U.S., the big plastic bottle of cinnamon they see is usually a different, cheaper type called cassia cinnamon. What is the difference and why is it important for our viewers to know?
This is a very important point for safety if you are using it as a daily health habit. The common cassia cinnamon contains a much higher level of a compound called coumarin. In very high daily doses, coumarin can be stressful for the liver. Ceylon cinnamon, which is sometimes called true cinnamon, has almost no coumarin and is much safer and gentler for daily use. It is a little more expensive, and sometimes you must find it in a health food store or online, but it is the wise choice for a daily health ritual.
So look for Ceylon cinnamon for blood sugar balance. That is a great practical tip. What is our fourth and final upgrade, Doctor? The one you said is for hormone support.
Our final upgrade is to add 1 teaspoon of a high-quality natural nut butter to your coffee. Almond butter is a wonderful and mild-tasting choice.
This might sound strange to some people, but the science here is very interesting, especially for senior health. The healthy monounsaturated fats that you find in a high-quality almond butter are a primary building block for your body's steroid hormones. This includes important hormones like DHEA and testosterone, both of which are absolutely essential for maintaining muscle mass and strength in both men and women. The levels of these hormones naturally decline as we get older, and providing your body with these healthy fats gives it the raw materials it needs to support its own natural hormone production. And there is a second, more immediate benefit. The fat in the nut butter also slows down the absorption of the caffeine from your coffee. This means that instead of getting a quick jolt of energy and then a crash an hour later, you get a smoother, more sustained release of energy throughout your morning. It is a much gentler experience for your nervous system.
And to use it is very simple. It is best to have one of those small handheld milk frothers. After you add the teaspoon of nut butter to your hot coffee, a quick blend for about 10 seconds will make it wonderfully creamy and smooth. It is very important, however, to choose a natural nut butter where the only ingredient on the label is the nuts, and maybe a little bit of salt. You must avoid any brands that have added sugars or hydrogenated oils, as those will work against your health.
This is a full menu of options to create the perfect personalized cup of coffee. It's a blessing to be able to share these simple, natural ideas. And to help us see our global community that we are sharing this with, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love seeing how this message connects people from all over the world. Doctor, this is amazing because it's so customizable. You've given us a wonderful menu of 4 powerful upgrades for our morning coffee. This leads to the next logical question that I know is on everyone's mind. Can and should we combine these upgrades? For example, is it a good idea to put both the collagen for my joints and the cinnamon for my blood sugar in my coffee at the same time?
That is a very wise and practical question. And the answer is yes, you can combine them, but you must do so intelligently. The goal is not to create a complicated potion with all 4 ingredients in one cup. That can be too much for an older person's digestive system to handle all at once. The goal is to choose the 1 or 2 upgrades that best match your personal needs for that day or for that particular season of your life. Let me give you some examples of very effective and safe combinations. A wonderful and very popular combination for overall senior health is to mix 1 scoop of collagen peptides with half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. This is an excellent daily routine. In this cup, the collagen is providing the direct building blocks for your joints, your tendons, and your skin. At the same time, the cinnamon is helping your body to manage its blood sugar response from your breakfast, and it is helping to reduce the chronic inflammation that can damage those very same tissues. This is a beautiful combination for overall structural health and metabolic balance.
So that's a great all-around combination for daily wellness. What about a combination for a day when someone knows they need extra energy or mental focus?
For a day when you need that extra boost of clean, sustained energy, the combination of 1 teaspoon of MCT oil and 1 teaspoon of a natural nut butter is very powerful. The MCT oil provides that fast, clean ketone fuel directly to your brain for mental clarity. And the healthy fat and small amount of protein from the nut butter provide a slow, sustained release of energy to prevent any crash later in the morning. It is a very stable and very long-lasting energy source. You can also combine the collagen with the nut butter. This is also a very nice, creamy, and nourishing combination. My one caution is to please avoid the temptation to use all 4 of these at once, especially when you are just starting. Start with 1. See how your body feels. After a week, if you would like, you can add a second. The most important thing always is to listen to your body.
Listen to your body. That is always the most important rule. Now let's cover a few more very practical kitchen questions that I know our viewers will have about actually making this work in their daily routine. First, the texture. Some of these ingredients, especially the nut butter and sometimes the MCT oil, might not mix well with just a spoon and can leave the coffee feeling oily or clumpy. What is the best way to blend these upgrades so the coffee is smooth and enjoyable to drink?
A very good question, because a drink that is not pleasant will not become a daily habit. The best and easiest tool for this is a small, inexpensive handheld milk frother. You can buy one for just a few dollars online or at any home goods store. You simply put the hot coffee and your chosen upgrade into your mug, and a 10-second blend with the frother will make it perfectly creamy and smooth. A small personal blender also works very well, of course. For the simple powders like collagen and cinnamon, a spoon or a small whisk is usually enough.
That's a great tip. The milk frother. The next question is about what people are already putting in their coffee. Many people use a lot of cream and sugar. Should these healthy upgrades be added before or after those?
My strong and sincere recommendation is to use these healthy upgrades instead of the unhealthy creamers and sugar. Many of the common coffee creamers you find in the grocery store are full of hydrogenated oils, corn syrup solids, and artificial flavors, all of which are known to cause inflammation in the body. And the sugar, as we know, is a direct enemy of stable energy and good metabolic health. The nut butter or the MCT oil can provide a wonderful natural creaminess. The cinnamon provides a natural sweet spice. The goal of this protocol is to replace the habits that may be harming you with new habits that are actively healing and supporting you.
That's a powerful mindset shift. And finally, doctor, are there any people who should be particularly cautious with these upgrades, even though they are natural foods?
Yes, as with anything, we must be wise. If you have a known nut allergy, you must, of course, avoid the nut butter completely. For MCT oil, as I mentioned, if you have a very sensitive stomach, it is very important to start with a very small amount. Just a half a teaspoon, as too much at first, can sometimes cause digestive upset. And as we always say on our channel, if you have any serious pre-existing medical condition or you are taking multiple medications, it is always the wisest choice to have a conversation with your doctor before adding any new supplement to your daily routine.
That is the ultimate act of stewardship for our health, being informed, being wise, and working in partnership with the professionals who are caring for us. Doctor, this has been an incredible and truly practical guide. You've shown us how to take a simple daily ritual that so many of us love, our morning cup of coffee, and turn it into a powerful tool to fight back against age-related muscle loss. Whether it's adding MCT oil for energy, collagen for joints, cinnamon for blood sugar, or nut butter for hormone support, you've given us a customizable plan. This is a delicious and proactive strategy to combat sarcopenia. What is so empowering about this is that this approach to managing muscle loss doesn't ask you to give up something you love. It asks you to simply enhance it with wisdom. This is such a practical and enjoyable way to fight back against sarcopenia. For anyone watching who is worried about their strength, this is one of the easiest and most pleasant ways to start preventing the progression of sarcopenia.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. You do not need to give up the things that bring you joy in order to be healthy. You only need to add a little bit of wisdom to them. A small, intelligent choice repeated every single day within a joyful habit is the true secret to a long and a strong life. Make your morning coffee a true ritual of care for your body.
Make your coffee a ritual of care. That is a wonderful way to put it, doctor. It's about being a good steward of our health and infusing our daily blessed routines with intention and wisdom. And of course, the wisest first step is always to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before adding new supplements or concentrated foods to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and to give you new ideas to discuss with your healthcare provider. If you found this guide helpful and are excited to upgrade your coffee, please give this video a like so that others can find this wonderful information, and be sure to share it with a friend or family member who loves their coffee as much as you do. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will join us for more practical health guides. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, which of these 4 coffee upgrades are you most excited to try in your morning cup? Please share your choice in the comments below. Your idea might be the inspiration someone else needs. Thank you for being with us. Enjoy your coffee and be well.